welcome back to Morning Coffee. Megan here. I hope you are having a great day. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to talk about getting your life together and what that actually means. I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like I'm in a constant state of trying to get my life together, and yet somehow it never actually feels together. So today I'm going to talk about a simple strategy that I've used that hopefully will help you figure out how to feel like your life is really all going smoothly. If you like videos about organization, planning, and productivity, this is the perfect channel for you. Hit that subscribe button and join our community here. We would love to have you. Thanks so much for subscribing, and let's get into the video. So I feel like getting your life together is a common phrase that we hear all the time, right? It's like, oh my God, if I could just get my life together. Or if you're making fun of a friend, jokingly, of course, but who doesn't seem to have it together, you're like, come on, get your life together. Like, we can do this. Come on. And so we talk about it a lot, but do we really understand what that means? If you don't take the time to define what getting it together means to you, how are you ever going to know when it is together? No one wants to spend their lives like rushing back and forth from thing to thing to thing, always trying to get caught up, always feeling like there isn't enough time. And so the only way to sort of prevent that from occurring in your life on a regular basis is to define what having your life together means for you. You have to set a target or some sort of scenario in your brain that helps you understand this is what together means, or this is my version of together. I think that's really important to note. My version of having my life together is not going to look like your version of getting it together looks like. We all come from different places. We all have completely different responsibilities. For example, I'm not a parent, so getting my life together has nothing to do with preparing my life for a child or running my life around a child. But if you're a parent, that is obviously going to be a huge part of what it means for you to get your life together. So not only do you need to find a way to define that, make sure you're defining it for yourself, for your life, for the season where you are. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what your sister thinks or your mother-in-law or your coworkers. It only matters what it means for you and your family and your household where you are right now today. For me, the definition of getting your life together comes down to small things and not huge things. There are bigger picture things that involve getting your life together, like having a financial plan for your life, maybe having a long-term plan for your career or for your marriage or for your children's lives, for your family. Those are all long-range things. When I think about the common vernacular of getting your life together, it's those small, tiny, little daily things that help you feel like your life is just on some sort of track, that there's momentum, that things are just kind of happening on a rotation that is somewhat automated. So that's what we're going to focus on today, small, tiny, everyday things. Sometimes I feel like we get too overwhelmed with the idea of a grand scheme, and we don't focus on the short term, the right now, the things that are actually going to make an impact in the way that your life feels on a daily basis. So that's what we're going to talk about, small, tiny things. The strategy that we're going to talk about today that has actually literally tactically improved my life is to problem solve your worst times of day. When we think about our lives and how we go about our day to day, we all have pain points. We all have certain pieces of the day that just are harder than others. If you have children, that might be in the morning, trying to get them all ready and out the door and ready to go where they're going. Maybe it's bedtime if you have lots of kids, and that is a very crazy time in your household. For me, and I would assume for most of us, dinner is always a pain point. That's one of those things that occurs every single day, that we have to figure out a way to feed everybody on time, feed everybody on a schedule that works for the person who's cooking and the person who's eating. And mornings, even for me, are a place where I have tried to really problem solve. So I think the most tactical, functional approach to this is to literally think about your day. Just close your eyes and visualize your average day. What are the things that give you the most pain? It could be meal planning, it could be laundry piling up, it could be the mess on your kitchen table, it could be paying your bills every week. Whatever it is for you, the first step to getting your life together is to visualize your day and identify maybe two to three of your biggest pain points on a daily basis. You can write them down, you can jot them in your phone, you can just think about them in your brain. But this is the actual process of how you make actual change to your everyday is you have to identify where the problems exist. Now that you know where your main pain points exist, take one of them, hopefully the one that causes you the most pain, and genuinely problem solve how you're going to fix that. So for me, I like to journal these kinds of things, have a brainstorming session. I feel like we really underestimate the power of a brainstorm. I think the thing that catches up with people is that they kind of just let life happen and let life take them where the pace of their life goes instead of taking a step back, really reflecting and problem solving and brainstorming on how you can run your life. I think a lot of times we just let life take us, and it's important that if you want to live the dream, if you want to feel great about your life every single day, there has to be some sort of reflection and intentionality behind what you're actually doing. So take the pain point, literally take out a piece of paper and write down what sucks and why does it suck. So for me, when I was thinking about what was a pain point in my day, dinner time was causing me a lot of anxiety. And now it's just me and my husband, so I totally can't relate to what it's like to have children involved in this as well. But for me, dinner time was hard because I was not always home around the dinner hour. I work in the event industry, so I don't work like an 8 to 5 or a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 4. I am often gone over dinner. And my husband and I have very different schedules. He works very early in the morning, which means he's sleeping very early at night. And so waiting for me to get home to do dinner was literally like right before his bedtime. And so that's just not realistic. That's just not the pace of life that's going to make it easy for us. So I started working on how I could have dinner ready ahead of time so that even when I wasn't home, dinner was done and it was ready. So I just did a whole video on my Monday meal prep. I'm going to link that up above in the card so that you can watch that. That is the latest strategy that I am using to help with dinner. I make all 3 of our meals for the week on Mondays, done, ready to go. They're perfect for dinners and lunches. I don't ever worry about cooking dinner during the week, and it's amazing. In the past, I've also done things like cooked dinner at 9 in the morning or 10 p.m. the night before. I found a way to be creative and figure out how I can get that process done ahead of time so that every night around 5 or 6, I'm not freaking out about what to make. I have another suggestion for you as well. If mealtime is one of those things that's hard for you, I am paying $5 a month to fellow YouTuber Brittany from Pennies into Pearls. She does a monthly meal planning service. It's $5. She plans an entire month's worth of meals for you, links you right to the recipes, and gives you a grocery list. I'm not following this to the T. This is a family-friendly meal plan, and so some of the meals that are geared more towards kids really don't fit what my husband and I choose to eat. But we only do 3 meals a week, and she has 5 on her list. So that's another great way to cheaply but very effectively figure out the dinner hour. So that is just one example of how I've problem solved a pain point in my day. I have a couple of videos in the past that might give you some more ideas on how to problem solve your most difficult times of day. I did a video at the beginning of my channel called How to Automate Your Life. I'm going to link that up in the card. That talks about things that you can put on autopilot and auto pay and how you can use the technology available to us in the world today to make your life easier. Your life is hard enough. There are ways to make it easier for yourself and to feel better to live your life. So check out that How to Automate Your Life video. That has some great tips on how you can sort of automate pieces of your day. The other thing to really consider when you are trying to problem solve the hardest parts of your day is how can you get on some sort of routine or schedule to make those things actually happen. We can set out all the grand plans that we want in life, but we know that life happens and things get in the way. And so what can you do on the front end to kind of make those processes simple and easy? So for example, doing my meal prep every Monday. Maybe you check in with your bank account every Sunday. Maybe you do your laundry one load every single day, or you always do your dishwasher every single night. Whatever it is that works for you, having some routines and some schedules and systems within your life to actually make those pain points easier is also something that is going to take you a long way in terms of improving those parts of your day. I have a couple of videos about routines and habits. I'm going to link those up in the card so that you can check those out. More than anything, I want this video to be practical and implementable and something you can totally get in and do right now. So if there's any message you take away from this video, it is think about your everyday life and identify 2 to 3 of your biggest pain points, and then spend some actual sincere time looking at those pain points and going, what sucks and why does it suck and how can I figure out a way to make it so much easier for myself. Again, we always think it's these big, grand life changes that are actually going to make us feel better on a daily basis. And truly what you need to do is find little actionable things that will make an impact on you now. And so that's my tip for you. That's something that I've used in the past to make it feel like I've got my life together. And I also want to share the disclaimer that no one has their lives together. We all feel like everybody else has it all figured out, and we're just the ones that can't seem to figure out how to adult and make life happen. But you're not alone. Everyone feels that way. We all feel like we don't have it together. And so taking the actionable steps to make yourself feel better about your day is really where you need to go. It's not about perfection. Perfection is temporary and does not exist in real life. It's about progress. It's about taking some steps to improve your daily life and taking some action to make sure that that happens. I hope that you enjoyed this video on a strategy to help you get your life together. If you have some other things that have worked for you in terms of getting your life together, leave us a comment below. I want to hear what you have to say about things that have worked for you. I do read all my comments and reply to them, so go ahead and start a conversation down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. I will be back with another video on Thursday and Monday. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.